Hello. I have been a little slow to record videos because, not because of my cat, but because AGDQ has been on this week, and so, but an unboxing video is an unboxing video. When I get a new package, I want to open it immediately. This is what I was originally trading for when I accidentally got the Squiddy Owl. Um, while I am unboxing this, check out the coffee in my description. A little bit goes a long way. Helps me cover shipping and the like. And, alrighty. I think that might be good enough. Alright. Nope, just a little bit more. Yeah, and subscribe for daily uploads, except I might need to slow down, because while I had a font of content to cover, I am now starting to be like not getting new knives as often. Well, we'll see. Sometimes I trade, sometimes I get temp trades, sometimes a friend of mine is gifting me something, albeit not like a big thing. Alrighty. Ooh. Very nice. Fellowship box. Just like how I got the Gaboon. But don't expect this to be anything like the Gaboon, because nothing is quite like that. We have here... Ooh, it's fucking cold. The EMPRESS. The EMPRESS is a kukri blade that is a sandwich handle design, opposed to the Medusa or the Empusa. The Empusa is, well, actually, I don't know if I was making videos at the point, but okay, so the Empress is 4.13 ounces. I had a Medusa V3 trainer, did not love it, found the handles way too rectangular. These handles are seemingly a bit rectangular, albeit I doubt they're going to be as handle biased as how the Medusa was. The Empusa is the handles for the Medusa, but with the Empress blade. So this kukri blade, but with Medusa handles. I did not like the Medusa handles regardless, just on the rectangular, and even just the faces didn't really have anywhere comfortable to hold. However, these faces are much more comfortable. While there are big slots, it doesn't really feel like there's nowhere comfortable for my hands to hold. This is sharp. Let's flip this. Okay, so this being a kukri, I feel some pull. Trying to diagnose what this bias is. The fan's good. Yeah, there's a little bit of wobble. Let's see. I also noticed that, like the goose, this spine sticks out pretty far backwards. So instead of a kukri, which usually leans forward, and again, the whole point of the kukri blade profile and its originality as a machete was to be very blade heavy because it would have the weight pulling down. But this, because it's a balisong, can't be too far forward. And so, in order to get this kukri shape, they have to have the spine lean back. So, it kind of maybe has that same pull like the goose does. Twirls pretty nicely. I don't have any major complaints. I'm stuck, but that's me being bad. Hello, Roki. Goodbye, Roki. Okay, I gotta be careful. Ooh, okay. Here, let me roll up my sleeve. Now, a lot of people, I've heard, prefer the Empusa as their favorite, but because I don't really like the Medusa handles, I've never flipped an Empusa. I think I can honestly kind of infer what it would feel like. Maybe it'd be a more balanced Medusa. But the Empress handles are pretty nice, I will say. I find the Empress blade, or the Empusa blade, honestly, the Fellowship Kukri, I find it to be a very distinct looking blade. And it's very recognizable, which I give it big props for. Speaking of which, I'll get into that soon. Flips. It's gonna take me. I feel like kukris are hard to like diagnose exactly how they flip, but so far I don't find that rollovers are particularly tricky. Well, that one was a little weird. So if they manage to get a kukri blade with good rollover momentum that feels even, that will be pretty good. Because the haystack kukri was like so much momentum. And the goose kind of, I don't know if the goose is really a kukri. It's sort of. But the goose has like reverse momentum on the spine. I find that this blade grind is really nice. It's got a nice thick spine here. Very comfortable. Doesn't have any issues. Actually, I haven't tried chaplaining it. Oh, chaplains feel great. That said, can't whip it. Okay, yeah. I feel the chaplains slip just like the momentum. Like I can chaplain any Balisong. It's just a matter of how hard, how fast, how tight. You know, how tight are your circles? How fast can you go? I guess fast and how hard are kind of the same adjective. But all right, let's look at this blade. This blade grind. It's got a nice spine. It's got a cool point. Like it's a curved spine that leads upward, and then it comes down here on this flat, and then it comes down on this another grind here. Then you have this milling out here, like a hollow grind, I guess, on this section here, and then this whole part here is also thinned out. And then you have the actual blade grind here. So there's actually quite a few surfaces on this blade. You have the flat, you have this surface, sorry, I'm doing this backwards. You have the flat, you have this hollow grind up here, you have this ridge up here to take weight away from the tip, I guess. You have this actual flat here. You have this other grind up here to bring the point to the tip. I honestly need to learn more about knife anatomy. And then you have the actual blade grind here. Because I know some stuff. My boys are fighting. Oh, what the fuck? Rigby, how'd you get in here? So, oh, right. I bought new screws for the EMPRESS because I know that actually, where did it go? I bought new hardware for, oh, it's right here actually, and I can use the EMPRESS to open it. Because I was told that this actually had some tap. The screw is stripped. That's not the knife's fault. But what is interesting is that you have these distinct screw heads. They're very aesthetic. Very nice. Oh, and you can see here, S35VN 113. It's kind of like not the prettiest serial number. It kind of looks a little bit like a fruit stamp, but like it works. Here, I'm trying to get the lighting to work. Hello? Jeez Louise, focus. Trust me, it says S35VN 113. I'm not lying. And then you have the Fellowship logo over here, which is easier to show. See? Yeah, I can't get that closer. Anyways, the screws I've been holding on to. Here's a set of new pivots and screws. This shit's expensive, man. Shipping itself. This nice thing. This is the invoice. Yeah, the receipt. Cool. And then you have what looks like this is T8 hardware on the bottom. Yeah, it looks like T8 hardware with the spacers. The spacer actually is interesting because there's no like flat surface here. It's symmetrical on both sides. So your spacer a lot of times are like kind of like this curved sort of L triangle, but this one is more like this sort of, it's hard to do with my fingers. It's like concave, like this. It's like South Carolina shaped opposed to Florida shaped. If that makes any sense. I also noticed that while this is interesting, there's no surface like texture, besides the actual holes, but over here at the spacers hardware is like this. Hello, focus. Yeah, there's see some texture there. Now, what's also interesting is that the interior of the sandwich shares this texture. I don't know why. Hold on, I'll see if I can show it. Hello? refresh, please. It's like there it is. Yeah. So the interior has this texture, and I don't know why, because I mean that's just more milling work, and your fingers aren't gonna go there. So hello, focus. There we go. So yeah, I don't know why there's texture on the interior of the sandwich flats. I know that like sometimes modders do like, you know, Cerakote or whatever. It's aesthetic, you know, anodization. It's aesthetic. I mean, there's, I guess, aesthetic to this, but like, it's subtle enough that I don't really know if it adds anything. I guess if it's machined on both sides, because there is more of that texture up here by these screws, but yeah, it's like hard to see. There it is. Empress is honestly a pretty nice aesthetic Balisong. I have seen Empresses, I think I mean, there aren't any in stock. Right now, Fellowship has been focusing on the Gaboon, which I think the Gaboon is great, but also I think that the Gaboon is a little atypical in that it's very, 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 very light. Like, it's really light. The Empress is definitely a lot more standard, and I find that the Medusa, people say the Medusa is a really excellent daily driver. I mean, if you've seen what a Medusa blade looks like, it is scary looking. It's really cool, but it's intense. And so like those blades apparently are like rock solid. The Gaboon is also magnet cut. I think the Medusas sit around like 400-ish. The Gaboon is also around that price, but I think the Empress, for whatever reason, is like 600. I'm not 100% sure as to why. These are sandwich, and I don't know about the Empusa. I think the Empusa is like 500. So if it's the blade, yeah, okay. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish. There's like 5 or 6 grinds related to this knife. Like, it's nice, and they seem pretty consistent too. Like, if you needed to, like, I mean, you saw how I carved through this. I mean, maybe you didn't, but like, this cuts easy. And this is paper, but this cuts the paper real easy. Like, so, yeah. As for how it flips, I'm gonna get used to this. It's gonna take some time to get used to. I'm gonna give this an oil after I replace the screw heads, because I do see how they're stripped. It's like not terrible, but you know, it is a little stripped. And so if I do sell it, like, or at least maybe I won't even necessarily put it in, I'll just include hardware and be like, hey, it's in mint condition with literally unused hardware. So like, I mean, it is mint, besides the stripped screws, and I hope that this compensates for that. And I wanted to use it for myself, but honestly, these screws, I mean, we'll see if I disassemble it. Yeah, there's a little bit of play, but again, hardware's from the previous user. Well, wide flat Zen nipple. I'm like scared to try and aerial this. Okay, I'm very, very, oh my god. There we go. Okay, let's try and do a ice pick. Alright. Yeah, so as far as the Empress goes, I think it looks really nice. The handles have plenty of grip, but still have character to it. I do like how the Medusa handles look. I just don't like how they feel. The jimping is deep and aggressive and goes up like a full, I don't know, like 1.5 inches. It's a lot of jimping. Nice hardware. So if this is 600 in like brand new value, that would be equivalent to some Haystack knives. Ow! The Seraph. Don't worry, it was just a poke. It's just a poke, not a slice. The Seraph, the DMC, and if does this compare to them? We'll have to see. I got this in a trade. I finally moved the Turbid. I was like trying to trade the Turbid for a hot minute. So that's a pretty good deal as far as I'm concerned. And if the Empress value is like dropped down to 400, like if you can get an Empress for 400, which is kind of the value that I've gotten for it, that seems pretty solid. 400 is more aligned with a Slift T with an Opus blade, a slight brand new that's like 400 flat. Um, the the Cygnus is 450. What else is around 400? There are a lot of, I mean, like the Medusa, of course. Oh, it's just a teeny prick. But 400, yes. 600, maybe. We'll see. Again, oh whoa! Look at this fucking choil. What the fuck? Is this the? I'm trying to see. No. Okay. So what's interesting is the Zen pin. The Zen pin is like this lower one down here. I don't know what the fuck is up with this choil. This one is so scary. Yeah, I prefer my choils to be not able to, like, I don't know, do dental surgery. This thing's a little spooky. And then the Zen things, Zen cups here. Yeah, this is nice. But flipping wise, I'll have to come back later for a review because right now, flipping wise, it's good. But there is some the blade shape. I mean, if it was a Tanto, I would be like, yep, that sure is a Balisong that weighs 4 point whatever, and sandwich Balisong. But like this blade profile definitely has some weight weirdness to it. Anyways, that's all the time I got for now. But thank you for tuning in. Check out my other videos. I don't think I made videos when I still had the Medusa. I started making videos saying after I got rid of it. But this is the Empress by Fellowship. I also have made a video reviewing and unboxing the Gaboon. So check those videos out. Like this video and subscribe so that you can be alerted for when I eventually make a review for this one, because I will make one. It's just going to take time for me to, I mean, I literally just got this. I've been flipping this for like 15 minutes about-ish, and so it's going to take some time for me to, learn and have an educated opinion on the entirety of this Balisong. But thanks to Hudson, the person who sent it to me. Well, he first accidentally sent it to Barry, who then sent it to me. So hopefully I can get those shipped out as soon as possible. And so thank you to you for watching this. Have a good one. Happy flipping, everyone.